trying to wake him up, his eyes like rolled in the back of his head, and like his mouth just like opened and I know you all clicked on this video because you all were wondering how I almost died. And if you all were curious, no, I did not try and commit suicide. I don't know if that's allowed to be said on YouTube. But basically how it started is, if you all know, I am diagnosed with epilepsy. That is where you have seizures. And I have had one person, well, more than one person, comment on my TikToks. Because I'll do some flashing TikToks, you know, where the light will turn on and off for some cool movement while I'm like fake walking. Some of you all are like, if you do that, aren't you going to have a seizure? Aren't you epileptic and everything? And I'm like, yes, I am. But seizures can be caused in several ways. It can be... It's also different for other people. Yes, it's very different for other people. Seizures can be caused by light. It can be caused by even certain lighting. It can be caused by not drinking too much. It can be caused by caffeine. It can be caused by, you know, there's a lot of triggers for it and everything. And my trigger is caffeine. Really, really bad. My trigger has been light before. That's how I first found out I had epilepsy. And I'll just say that in another, how I figured out I had epilepsy in another YouTube video. But, excuse you. So, basically, it started off as, in the middle of the night, I was really, really, really sick. I mean, I could hardly stand up. My legs were absolutely shaky when I tried to stand up. I threw up several times, and I tried to, you know, constantly go to the bathroom to, you know, actually throw up out of my mouth, and I was, you know, I felt like I was going to pass out like the whole night, and I was like really, really heated up. I couldn't sleep, and he was there to try and take care of me. You know, he got me a cold rag on my forehead, and I was like, you know, I'm really sick. I need to like cool down in a bathtub. I need to relax, because if I don't relax, I'm not going to feel any better, and I'm not going to get any sleep. So I decided to take a bath, and just in case of any emergency, I decided to bring Kyle in the bathtub with me. Not in the bathtub, but, you know, right next to me. And I was taking a bath, and you know, the bath wasn't too hot. It wasn't anything. If you all know, my bathtub is kind of really deep. It's a big bathtub, you know. It has those jets in it and everything. It's a very fancy, deep bathtub. And I was just laying in there, and I was like ready to get out. And when I stood up, I immediately felt like I was going to pass out. It was just right on me, and some of y'all are thinking, well, you know, sometimes when you stand up in the bathtub you pass out. No, that was not my case. I looked at Kyle. He can basically explain this part. But basically he got up and he was like, babe, I feel like I'm gonna pass out, and as soon as he finished that sentence, he dropped, and I was right next to the bathtub, so I was able to stand up and catch him before he just fell in the bathtub. And the way I was holding him is his arms were like over my shoulders, and his head was on my shoulder. So I was able to like just kind of not toss him, but like pick him up really fast out of the bathtub and lay him on the floor. But then when I was like trying to wake him up,
his eyes like rolled in the back of his head, and like his mouth just like opened, and I was like, this isn't good. So like, while I was freaking out, I ran out of the bathtub, not out of the bathtub, ran out of the bathroom, and I went into his mom's room. I mean, granted, I feel like I should have knocked first, because
I'm gonna see if it's recording.
I got flashed by his mom by accident.
Yeah, reminding me that it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Running into my mom's room at like 2 or 3 at night.
Yeah. And I woke her up, and I know I scared her because I was like, Mom, and she's like, what? And like she quickly like covered up, and I was like, Elijah passed out in the bathroom and he's not waking up. And she's like, what? And she quickly got out of the room and came with me into the bathroom, and when we went back into the bathroom, that's when he was conscious again. But he was just laying there on the floor like shivering and stuff, so I put a towel over him and kind of just laid there with him, and his mom called 911. But then we ended up driving him to the hospital instead.
So if some of you are asking, how did you die? If Kyle was not there next to me, I would have drowned. I would have literally just sat there in the bathtub, passed out and drowned. And I was passed out for a good 5 minutes. And when I woke up, I think this was the
even if I wasn't in the bathroom with you, you lock the door.
Yeah, I do lock doors because, you know, my family has a problem with just, oh, door's not locked, let's go in.
So if you passed out in the bathtub and I heard you fall, there would have been no way of me getting to you quick enough.
Yeah, but I woke up on the floor, and if I can find the sound, I remember the exact sound. When I woke up, it was horrifying to wake up to that sound. Like, if y'all passed out, and if you ever heard the sound I'm about to put in this video. Tell me, because it was absolutely scary.
Yeah, he was like crying, and he like reached for my face to like see if I was real or not.
I thought that I was literally dead. When I woke up, I was like this on the bathtub. Like, he put me against the bathtub like this, and my head was just kind of like that. And when I woke up, I was like this, and everything was like blurry at first. You know, there was a weird sound in my ears of like my body trying to like get back into reality again. And it was really creepy. You know, my color wasn't really correct, and like my color of my eyesight, and you know, like looking around at the room was.
You're still really pale.
Yeah, the room was like completely empty, and I thought that I literally died. I literally thought that I died until Kyle rushed into the bathroom, and I saw my mom, and I was confused at first. I was like absolutely like, I was like in tears. I was literally like hardcore crying, and I went to go reach Kyle's face to see if I could actually feel any touch at all, because I wanted to see if I was dead or not. Like, some of y'all, like, it was really hard for us. Like, it was hard on him, because when I passed out, I was absolutely pale. I looked dead.
Yeah. All the color just kind of like flushed out of his face.
And then when I was taken to the hospital, I was, you know, really weak and everything.
Also, hold on. Don't come at me talking about you're not supposed to have his head back or, you know, forward. You're supposed to have it to the side. Look, I was in a rush to get his mom. I didn't have time to lay him on the floor and put his head to the side, because I just got him out of the bathtub. So that was not my first instinct. So don't be coming at me in the comments either.
And later on in this video, I will show you what the bathtub looks like, just in case you're all like curious, like, how deep is this bathtub?
It's pretty deep.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. But where was I at? When I was rushed to the hospital, I, was really weak and everything.
I wasn't able to go inside.
Yeah, because of the coronavirus, he was not allowed to come inside with me. Not my mom, not anybody.
Well, your mom was able to.
Yeah, she just like had strict rules, but mom, she had to go somewhere that exact day that I passed out and everything. So I was dropped at the hospital alone, and
well, this time I waited out in the car.
yeah, he waited out in the car while I was at the hospital for several hours. And when I was at the hospital, I was constantly feeling like I was in and out. Like I felt like I was going out of this world and into this world, and it was so painful. And like maybe 20 to 30 minutes after being in the hospital, I passed out again in the hospital, like literally passed out again. And let me tell you, that pass out was so painful. I've never felt a pass out be so painful. Like y'all are like, how are pass outs painful? Don't you just like snap out like that? No, it was I was slowly passing out. Like I was like breathing really heavy. I was like that, and I was like reaching for water, and I asked for water, and the doctors weren't giving me water. They were just sitting there like, we'll give you water, we'll give you water. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna pass out. Like I kept repeating that, and they're like, they're just really chill about it. And then when I actually passed out and I woke back up and everything, they were like absolutely freaked out because I was really, really pale again. I was, I don't know how to really explain it when you pass out and you're just, when you wake up again, you're kind of like weak looking and everything. You're still pale when you wake up. You don't really get your color again for another 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And they really were kind of confused. Like you see that with doctors, they're really chill about it until they actually see something happen. They're like, oh, well, we need to take action. And I got a bunch of crap up in my arm. I had that little thing that like kind of keep me awake because I was absolutely drained. What else was there to explain? They gave me like a couple pills and everything, and I was in the hospital for like several hours.
We didn't leave the hospital until like 7 in the morning.
Yeah, the doctors were when I woke up, and the doctors were like, they were all like standing over me, like concerned on like how pale I was. They were like, I didn't expect for this to happen. I got water sent to me right away after I passed out, which I am going to say that hospital, they did not do a very good job in taking care of me when I kept telling them that I felt like I was going to pass out, and I kept begging for water, because when you're about to pass out, water is the most definite thing that you need when you feel like that. And they were not giving me any water at all, and they didn't give me water until I passed out, and I just thought that was really rude and reckless for them to do that.
Yeah, they didn't take care of me either when I was in the hospital.
Yeah, that hospital,
they suck.
They really do suck. And if y'all know the hospital I go at or anything, I really suggest you not to go to that hospital. But basically after the hospital and everything, they said to stay relaxed for a good 2 weeks, but I didn't do that. But I was pretty good after that.
I tried to get you to relax, and you're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to eat for a while and everything, and
yeah, you're supposed to stay on like a soft food diet.
Yeah, but for all you people that are kind of confused on like this epilepsy thing, epilepsy is completely different for other people. After having a seizure, you can just simply throw up. Having a seizure, you can simply just stare at the camera like this. Like, literally, people who have epilepsy, if some of y'all don't know this, but when you kind of stare like this, and you kind of, you know,
You
snap
zone out.
Yeah, when you zone out, that can be a mini seizure. If some of y'all don't know, I'm just saying. And
A doctor told us it's true.
yes, there are many ways to have a seizure. The most known one is doing that, you know, kind of shaking a bunch. I don't really do that. I just pass out.
Yeah, you zone out at first, and then you just kind of you pass out just immediately.
Yes, that's the kind of epilepsy I have, and you know, of course, I'm like taking pills for it and everything, and that is why I have a service dog, because I have epilepsy and a couple of other problems, and I'll tell you my problems if you want to later on in the video.
Special baby.
I'm special ed. I was going to tell them later on, but I'm special ed and I have short-term memory loss. And my mom's assuming, I haven't got tested for it yet, but she's assuming that I'm autistic for some reason. But I'm going to be asked to be tested for that, because I've already been tested for special ed, short-term memory loss. I was tested for that like 4 years ago. This isn't the point of the video. But yeah, my seizures can be caused by flashing lights sometimes, not often. And
It's definitely a lot worse when caffeine is
Yes.
involved.
yes, that's the most action I get out of seizures is freaking caffeine. So this is how deep the bathtub is. I would measure it out for you guys, but I don't think I really have to do that. I think you guys can already see how deep it is. Yeah. And the water was filled up about like past that line. It was like right there. But yeah, that's the bathtub I passed out in. Just in case y'all were curious or was like, well, are you sure you would have drowned in that? I'm pretty sure. Okay. Apparently my boyfriend was gonna call me out, so let's hear this out.
I'm gonna call him out. You see the mug? Wanna know what's in
I
the
did
mug?
not know you were gonna call me out for that.
Wanna know what's in the mug? Coffee. I make my coffee with at least 6 things of like scoops of sugar in it, and we're sharing a coffee.
What am I?
Caffeine is your trigger,
Oh.
and you keep on drinking coffee. No more. Do you see this? I mean, I can't control him, but like, I can at the same time.
I take pills for epilepsy. It'll save me.
It makes it even worse because the coffee also has whipped cream in it, and whipped cream is very sugary. And not to mention that he has a pop over there too.
But thank you for watching this video, and I'm not gonna say give it a thumbs up because that was kind of cringy.
Yeah, but you can, you know, subscribe if you want.
Yeah, please subscribe because that would give me hope for my YouTube. It really would.